Saves plus hold leagues are growing in popularity. Let's break it down next on Fantasy Baseball Today in 5. Welcome into FBT in 5. As always, make sure to follow and stream us on Spotify. Today is Saturday, March 19th. I am Frank Stanfield, joined by Scott White. And if you play in a Saves plus hold league, what is your strategy?
Well, it's worth pointing out that saves are accumulated faster than holds are. The saves leaders are going to have more saves than the holds leaders will have holds, and by as many as double digits. So when push comes to shove, I tend to prioritize the true closers over dominant setup men. I'm not saying you want a really stinky closer with stinky ratios, but a true closer is more valuable than a setup man still. But the guys who probably gain the most value and are the best bang for the buck are those ones who are likely to be part of a closer committee, but it's unclear how if they'll be able to come away with the full-time saves guy. So they tend to go later in drafts. But even when they're not getting saves, they're probably going to get holds because they are going to be a major part of the bullpen in some form or fashion.
Yeah, and I really like this format, Scott, because you don't have to worry about, again, drafting those stinky closers. You can just focus on relievers that are the most talented, the ones that have the best skills, the best ratios, offer the most strikeouts, and you don't really have to worry much about chasing saves because obviously you can get holds as well. Let's just rattle off a few of our top targets in this format. We'll go back and forth a little bit. Who is someone that you like in this saves plus holds format?
I think Andrew Kittredge of the Rays stands out. He started to emerge as maybe the closer last year, but Kevin Cash doesn't really subscribe to true bullpen roles. If Kittredge isn't closing, though, it means he's setting up. So he might do a little of both.
Yeah, again, on a great team as well. I like targeting the Brewers guys. Obviously, Josh Hader will still go, decently high in that format, but both Devin Williams and Brad Boxberger, they each had 23 holds last season. Devin Williams, we know the stuff speaks for itself. Nasty ratios. I think Brad Boxberger actually goes a little bit overlooked, almost 12K per 9 last year, and again, on a really good team. Who you got next up, Scotty?
David Bednar, not on a good team. He's on the Pirates. They're far from a good team. But if he's not the closer for Pittsburgh because of concerns about what his arbitration contract will look like down the line, if he's not the closer, he's going to occasionally pop in for saves. And when he's not getting saves, he's going to be the eighth inning guy. He's the best reliever in the Pirates bullpen. So this format allows you not to worry so much about what the role ends up being. He's going to be contributing one or the other, holds or saves.
All right, I'll give you a maybe committee. We don't know who the closer is as of now, but the Seattle Mariners, I think it's going to be Ken Giles, but either way, I think they're going to be a competitive team, and they've got some really great arms in the back end of their bullpen. So whether it's Ken Giles or Paul Sewald, who had a ton of strikeouts last year, Diego Castillo, who's has a great resume himself. He pitched well for Tampa Bay, also provides ratios and strikeouts. Don't know as much about Drew Steckenrider. The underlying numbers were not as good. Doesn't give you as many strikeouts, but those first three I mentioned, I definitely like. All right, Scott, you got another one?
Anthony Bender of the Marlins, similar to David Bednar of the Pirates. Probably Dylan Floro is going to be the closer to start the year, but he's not as good as Bender, and if he falters, then Anthony Bender will go from the setup guy to the closer and go from giving you holds to giving you saves.
All right, I've got another group for you on a fantastic team, the San Francisco Giants. So Camilo Doval likely to be the closer, but even if he's not, I think you can target all three. Camilo Doval, Jake McGee, and Tyler Rogers. Again, a team that won over 100 games last year. Probably not going to do that again, but Camilo Doval has electric stuff, lots of strikeouts. Jake McGee, even at his older age, gave a lot of strikeouts last year. The ratios were there. Tyler Rogers, another one. He can go multiple innings as well, and they're gonna use him in that seventh, sometimes eighth, maybe both if they want to give one of those guys a day off. So I do like all three of those Giants guys. All right, Scott, give me one more that you target in saves plus holds.
Art Warren of the Reds, who we both think is better than Lucas Sims, who most presume is the front runner for saves there, but it's just a presumption, and it's a big one. If it's not Sims, it'll probably be Warren. If David Bell is bouncing between the two, then you know holds are going to be there as well as saves.
Art Warren, I'm about it, man. 19% swinging strike rate last year, had like 29 saves in the minors. So, he's filled that role before. I think he can work his way into the back end, but even if he's not the closer, could provide some holds for the Cincinnati Reds. For more extensive fantasy baseball coverage, listen to the Fantasy Baseball Today podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, your smart speakers, or anywhere else podcasts are found. And thanks for listening to Fantasy Baseball Today in 5. We'll be back again on Monday morning. Bye-bye.